Okay, this is for anyone who has never been to Pattaya ever, but who is maybe thinking about planning a trip, and if so, or even better, may have already booked the flight. Well done if you have. And this guide is just to give you a bit of a head start to familiarise yourself with the general layout of the town, knowing where the 12 best knowing Pattaya roads and sois are located for getting around. A soi, by the way, is usually a much narrower road or lane, usually branching off from a main road. And then for further getting from A to B, I will point out to you what I consider to be the 12 best landmarks on the Pattaya map for you to familiarise yourself with, which includes the main shopping malls and the main entertainment areas stroke nightlife. And if you haven't already booked it, this may also assist you in choosing the best location for your hotel and stay. But before we jump into Sin City and the view you are looking at right now, you may or may not know there are two very different to each other but still very nice areas bordering Pattaya. Both are very close to the city and very cheap to get to by Baht bus. More about the Baht buses later. Just north of the town, but still part of Pattaya, is Nakula, a more upmarket area with more of a Thai small town feel to the place. The nightlife too there, be it on a much smaller scale, I think is quite adequate. Here there are some small coves and beaches which are nice, but I wouldn't say they are the best beaches in the area. And just getting to most of the main resort hotels and very high-end indeed apartment blocks there involves a lot more walking around than you would in Pattaya. And just south of Sin City is Jomtien or Jomtien Beach, and as the name says, it is a very long stretch of beach which in my opinion is the best beach in the area, overlooked by hotels, restaurants and bars, where I have seen some lovely sunset views. Being the more laid-back version of Pattaya and being much quieter and not as hectic, and being on the main Baht bus route between the two, Jomtien Beach is for some the preferred place to stay. Maybe you want to change your mind now, or maybe you want to just stick with Pattaya. Okay, let's do it. When you first enter Pattaya, whether you arrive by taxi or bus, you will probably enter the city from Sukhumvit, the same road and highway which stretches all the way from Bangkok as far as the Cambodian border. The three main arterial roads linking Sukhumvit Road with Pattaya Beach Road are South Pattaya Road or Pattaya Thai, Pattaya Central Road or Pattaya Klang, and North Pattaya Road where the Bangkok bus arrives and departs. With mainly commerce and businesses around it, like car tyre places, motorbike dealerships and bathroom and plumbing supplies, for example, I'm sure you get the picture, Pattaya's Sukhumvit Road is quite far from all the action. So, should you arrive in Pattaya by bus from Bangkok, you will be dropped off at the bus terminal on North Pattaya Road, close to Sukhumvit. What usually happens then is you and all your luggage, together with everyone else's, who can fit inside the same Baht bus, which will transfer you onwards to your hotel. It is in the lap of the gods which order you will be dropped off at. You just tell the driver the name of your hotel and how much it will cost. Now listen carefully. Unless you ever negotiate a price first with any Baht bus driver for him to take you somewhere different from his normal route, this first journey from the Pattaya bus terminal will usually be the most amount you will ever pay for sharing a Baht bus with other passengers. This time the fare may be anything from around 50 Baht upwards, depending on where you want dropping off. Otherwise, anywhere in town you pay a flat rate of only 10 Baht. Running both day and night, covering several routes around Pattaya city, getting a Baht bus is easy, and believe me, once you get the hang of them, they are so convenient for getting around. Basically, with your palm facing the ground, wave down any of these Baht buses going in the direction you want to go. When the bus stops, don't talk to the driver, just get into the back and ring the buzzer when you want to get off. Walk up, hand the driver 10 Baht and you're done. Of course, try and give him the correct change and never do what others do, like standing on the back of the bus, as it is against the law, and if caught you will be fined for doing it. Again, hoping you decide the best areas to stay in town, the most popular and frequent Baht bus route runs in a loop one way anti-clockwise along Pattaya Beach Road, passing all the sois leading up to all the big seafront hotels, the big shopping malls, main bars, sois and entertainment areas, and the start of Walking Street, the famous Walking Street, to carry on up Pattaya Second Road, which again is full of hotels and most of the main entertainment areas. The main focal point of Pattaya is Beach Road, and of course Pattaya Beach itself. It was never all that appealing in my opinion, and remembering my first ever visit and swimming in the sea there, I was disappointed, for it was nothing like those tropical island travel posters you see in the windows of the travel agents, and the sea felt rather dirty. But recently the authorities have cleaned up the beach a lot and made it bigger, and I must say on a sunny day it looks quite appealing, but like the rest of Pattaya, all it needs now are a few more tourists who are able to travel in these, for all of us, horrible COVID times. By day, as you relax on one of the deck chairs for hire on the beach, you will see the usual jet skis, beach vendors, massage ladies, and if you want, all food and drink will be brought to you. Yes, on Pattaya Beach you can be waited on hand and foot all day. Following a nice walkway with the odd joggers as well, of course, starting say from in front of the grounds of the Dusit Resort Hotel, all the way to the start of Walking Street, the seafront section of Beach Road runs for about 1¼ miles, making it a pleasant 25-minute walk or so, from one end to the other, not taking into account any refreshment stops, and of course there are no other nice distractions along the way. By night, however, Pattaya Beach Road takes on a much different guise, with, whichever way you see it, the infamous coconut bar coming to life from its peak around sunset right up to around 10 or 11 p.m. Again, a buzz of activity at night, and popular too with, how can I say it, the more long-term stayers living on a tighter budget than most perhaps, who sit on the seafront wall consuming those larger sized bottles of beer bought from the 7-Elevens or Family Marts just across the road. Together with innocent tourists taking a stroll, one will encounter many freelancer girls whom some would like to believe, including myself, that may be some diamonds there amongst the rough, charming girls with otherwise respectable daytime jobs.
I think you've got more chance of seeing Nessie the Loch Ness Monster swimming in Pattaya Bay.
Now, no need for that. And more recently perhaps than before, ladyboys who used to have their own patch more towards the North Pattaya part of the seafront, also doing their best to catch your eye now and give you a smile. Welcome to Pattaya. I will now introduce you to 3 crucial Pattaya sois you need to know. Sandwiched between Pattaya Second Road and Beach Road towards North Pattaya is the legendary Soi 6 or Soi Bad Boy, as it is also known. Calling it Naughty Girl myself, no, I would change that to Very Naughty Girl Soi. With over 60 girly bars and an English-style pub to pause at if that is your wish, this is a road you visit for a bit of daytime fun or afternoon delight. They say this soi has been a major factor over the years for so many people packing in their jobs and coming to live in Pattaya permanently. And further in South Pattaya are the sois 13-1 or Soi Yamato and Soi 13-2, otherwise known as Soi Post Office, due to the fact that Pattaya's main post office is there. Walking down these 2 streets you will find massage places, go-go bars, open plan pubs, some of which serve the local expats, and also here you will find the odd diamond amongst the rough of very good eating places, and quite nice budget accommodation too, above the bars. That's if you can stand the noise. Soi Buakhao, together with the many sois joining it, has traditionally been the cheap Charlie's inexpensive part of Pattaya. Stretching for almost a mile through the centre of town and running in both directions on the Baht bus route, here you will find some of the most popular go-friendly hotels in Pattaya, as well as some of the best cheap breakfasts in town. Sunday roasts, darts and games of pool, the list goes on, as so does the many pubs and bars, some of which are also the cheapest in town, serving the cheapest beer. 2 areas of Soi Buakhao which have recently become the top places to go for nighttime entertainment and fun is OK Metro and Tree Town, which soon looks like becoming another Khao San Road like the one in Bangkok. So they are included on my list to follow of what I consider to be the 12 main Pattaya landmarks to know before you arrive. Walking Street, where do I begin? Just imagine a pedestrian walkway as it has become at night, lined on either side with go-go bars after go-go bar, stretching for almost a kilometre. The flashing neons alone must be seen from outer space. There are clubs, discos, seafood and steak restaurants too, as well as bars to sit outside perfect for people watching, and the things I've seen over the years from some comfy bamboo seats opposite the escalator to the Marine Bar Disco. Right, so we have now covered what I consider to be the 12 main pivotal roads of Pattaya. So now to put a bit more meat on the bone if you like. On these same roads I will now show you 12 crucial Pattaya landmarks you need to know. Number 1, as already mentioned, is the Pattaya bus terminal at the top end of North Pattaya Road. Serving Bangkok's eastern, otherwise known as Ekomi bus station on Bangkok's Sukhumvit Road, with services as well too, including an airport service into Bangkok. This is the first feel most travellers get of Pattaya town once they step off the bus. All what is missing is the sea and all the girly bars, for the moment that is. Number 2 on my list, also on North Pattaya Road, is the Dolphin Circle or roundabout, where Beach Road, Pattaya Second Road and the main Pattaya Nakula Road all meet together on this circle, which, if you like, is the boundary between Nakula and North Pattaya. Stepping back to the Pattaya side again is the rather plush Terminal 21 shopping mall, where towering above it is another Bangkok meets Pattaya fuck-off five-star hotel. My number 3 landmark has got to be the Dusit Resort, situated not too far away, right at the very north end of Pattaya Beach Road, where from the hotel and grounds you get quite an impressive and a very different view or panorama of Pattaya Bay. While Pattaya has many impressive hotels meeting high international standards, this long-established, fully Thai-owned and managed luxury property, in my opinion, is exceptional, showing Thai hospitality at its very best. No, I don't have shares in the hotel, and I'm not going to attach any links to promote it. But what I will say is, for anyone new to Pattaya who initially just wants to weigh up and get the feel of the place while at the same time staying in more peaceful surrounds, and who would not be too worried about the cost either, trust me, just a Baht bus away, this is a nice place to stay. Moving towards the still quieter central part of Beach Road, and more of a landmark, number 4 on my list is the Hard Rock Cafe and Hotel. But just a little word of warning here, be cautious. While a nighttime coconut bar doesn't really stretch this far along Beach Road, late at night, this stretch across the road from the hotel up to around sois 6 is very aggressive ladyboy cruising territory, where drink and drugs and often misunderstandings have resulted in tourists being set upon while walking along these dark walkways under the palm trees. I must stress, though, this is not the norm and very unusual for Pattaya. Edging our way now towards the more busier, but not the busiest stretch of Beach Road, is the Hilton Hotel and Central Festival Shopping Mall, number 5 on my list. Indeed, a bit of Bangkok glamour and sophistication brought right to Pattaya Beach. As well as checking out the local eye candy, these malls too have a great choice of food options. And getting towards the more busier part of Beach Road now, and Second Road, is number 6 on my list, the Royal Garden Plaza, which was Pattaya's first plush, if you like, shopping mall, and I have many fond memories of coming here many times to usually rest my tired aching feet over a cold drink. As well as the usual eating choices, and this mall in particular always seems to have a sale going on, the top floor is a family entertainment section with Ripley's Believe It or Not, including a haunted house and a theatre with moving seats. Another hotel worth mentioning right next to the mall is the former Marriott Avani Pattaya Resort. What makes this 5-star hotel exceptional is the just perfect location with everything Pattaya has got to offer close by. The lovely swimming pool area and gardens too is so far the best I've experienced anywhere in the world. Like the Dusit Resort that I have already mentioned, you will find most of the 4 or 5-star hotels here are unlikely to be guest friendly. The term guest or go friendly, by the way, doesn't necessarily mean the hotel's policy may disapprove or look down on someone bringing any unregistered guests back to their hotel room. All it means is the hotel will bill you extra for doing this, which could be anything from a small supplement to pay right up to the full cost of a room. Here in Pattaya, though, you may be glad to know, I would say over 95% of all the 3-star and under properties are guest or go friendly, and most of these more inexpensive hotels are very nice too. Bringing us now to the more ground zero part of town, at the very southern end of Beach Road, is number 7 on my list, the start of Walking Street. Here also is a famous Pattaya beer garden or girly bars, overlooking the bay to be precise. And I've also got to mention the also very popular bamboo bar with dancing and a live band, which has become a Pattaya institution for those 40 and over. I bet you didn't know that Walking Street actually has a very peaceful setting to it. A bit of yin and yang, if you like. Best experienced early to late afternoon, in my opinion. It is a lovely walk through this quiet top end of Walking Street towards number 8 on my list, Bali High Pier, where the public ferries depart throughout the day to Koh Lan Island, which I highly recommend you visit, as well as a ferry service crossing the Gulf of Thailand all the way to Hua Hin. Where Pattaya Second Road runs parallel to Walking Street is number 9 on my list, the rather pleasant VC Hotel and main landmark for the Arab part of Pattaya. Just across the road from the hotel is the start of a labyrinth of small roads and sois with Arabic and Indian restaurants, late night discos and bars after bars stretching all the way to Walking Street. A very different part of town with a unique feel to it, with much larger girls with bigger breasts. Behind the VC Hotel, though, is again a labyrinth of small sois where what I say is the real gay hardcore part of town, and not really as well publicised perhaps as the more showy and tourist boys town on Pattaya 13-4 Soi Alley of Pattaya Beach Road and Second Road. Including Sunny Plaza, this area extends as far as Tukom, which is number 10 on my list. Situated off South Pattaya Road, close to the turning into Soi Buakhao, this is a place to go for all your mobile phone, computer and electronic needs, whether it is buying new or second hand or just repairs. And in my experience, the Thais can repair almost anything. Returning now to Soi Buakhao is number 11 on my list, Soi Ao Metro and Tree Town. The more well-established Ao Metro part of Soi Buakhao is now beginning to take on a smaller version of Walking Street, and the rather pleasant up-and-coming Tree Town section, with its live music, bars and nice places to eat, could well become the new Koh San Road, similar to the one in Bangkok. And finally, number 12 on my list is Patrick's Steakhouse in the arcade off Second Road. Another well-known Pattaya institution, as well as Kiss Food and Drink, popular for its cheap prices. These and the other restaurants in the arcade, right bang here in the centre, provide a bit of quiet and calm from the sometimes noisy and hectic pace of town.